Hello, everyone. Welcome to Formula 2. Before we get going, then, of course, we are just waiting for a couple more drivers to come into the lobby, and then we'll get going for the Spanish Grand Prix. Of course, we do not have Canada on the calendar, so what we've done is that we was going to have a break week, but now we're going to move that break week for a couple of weeks time, but we will be rejoining the Formula One calendar for Austria in a week's time, of course. And so yeah, we do not go to Canada for Formula Two. We go straight to where are we going? We go straight to the Austrian Grand Prix. All right, I've got a couple of minutes then to tell you. Whilst we're waiting for Fanjo, who hasn't raced, I don't think, since Bahrain potentially of gold. Well, we're just waiting for him to choose the right car at the moment because I think he's forgotten how to do that at the moment. So we're just waiting for Fanjo to sort his car out because he's stolen. He has stolen poor Luke's car at the moment, unfortunately. So that's what we're waiting for. Hopefully, we can get that going in just a minute. But however, I want to point you through to Formula One and Silver at the moment because the championship is not. We haven't updated the championship yet for bronze, but in silver, listen to this. Too good to miss. It is the top of the table, Dylan and Brabbit for this is for silver, by the way, not Formula Two. I know it's meant to be Formula Two stream, but I cannot help. His camera is also wants to drive as well. Fantastic. I cannot help but share my excitement about silver. 99 points separates the top two in the championship, with Tango 9 points adrift from the top two, and then we have Pot Stuff with a great win on Monday night. It's only 15 points adrift as well, and Farf is less than the win away on 21 points adrift. Silver is absolutely in fine form, really is indeed, and I am looking forward to that one. Let's get going then. Right then, it's we got a very unusual car. We got the Van Al Motorsport car driving. Oh gosh, sorry, I'm shouting in my ear. Then how do I turn myself down? Oh gosh, go away, Sean. That's better. Whoops. Right. Anyway, let's get on with the show, shall we? Right. It's got single shot qualifying, but anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you about was just how close it was in silver and in gold as well. It's only 16 points separates the top four, and in the joint constructors, and after silver, Alfa Romeo's lead is down to 8 points. I'm loving silver. I'm loving ALR Formula. I'm loving ALR this season. It's been absolutely fantastic. Formula Two, not as close at this moment, but hopefully, maybe not. Depends on if you're a Troy fan or not. Then, but I do think that it is going to be very much interesting stuff. Only 16 drivers then tonight. I'm sure we did have quite a full grid up until a certain degree, but then a lot of people have decided to drop out again. So, which is a bit annoying, isn't it, to say the least? And also more annoying for me is that we got a VAR car. I don't like VAR at the best of times, but that's Formula One trim and nothing to do with the actual Van Al Motors, the Van Al car, which we're on board with now. But yes, as Lights has left the session, that's not a good sign for the man who's second in the in the Formula 2 Championship. Troy currently leads the way to win. Fanjo is currently, Fanjo, who will, we're going to find a different car for him because he will not be scoring points there for the ART team because that is not his car. It really annoys me, to be honest, but there we go. With two DRS zones around here, Serious Pressure Reflections has both retired from the session. Great to see the ALR veteran of RDW in here tonight. Vessier, of course, the bronze championship contender, all the way down in 11th at the moment. Lights is not in the session as it stands there. Of course, Gamer won, who got done a double last time out in Monaco in one of the most difficult circuits on the Formula 2 calendar. Absolutely spectacular stuff indeed. Toyn Coin is going to come across the line and take a pole position here in Spain there by just under a tenth of a second there. Brilliant stuff indeed there for Toy Coin. And that is Toy Coins. I'm sure that's that is a Toy Coin. Hang on a minute, let me get it down my list. And that is his third pole position of his career in Formula 2. Magnificent stuff indeed there for Toy Coin. He is in a rich run of form as well. And that is 2 points then for the Campos team then. So hats off to Toy Coin for pole position and for the Campos team as well. So 3 pole positions now for Toy Coin. Magnificent stuff indeed. Rightio then. 800 of a second separates the drivers in the end there. Very close indeed, wasn't it? For the battle for the qualifying there. I must admit, there's one thing I would like to change about Formula 2, and that's just the qualifying format. I wish that we can have as a toy coin flex there on the left-hand side. I wish that we can have like a short and maybe just a half session of a 15-minute qualifying session for Formula 2, and maybe with more selection of tyres potentially as well. But never mind, that's just me griping and moaning. But there you go, because I do love a good old whinge, don't I? Luke, who is hyped to see the next Gen F2 car revealed tomorrow? Also, I put some effort into my helmet tonight, so enjoy. I love a helmet, so I'll be looking forward to that, Luke. P5 not too bad. Maybe VAR is not, but is good after all. In Formula 2 it is, not football. Well, that's harsh, isn't it? Anyway, then. As we're now getting ready for the start of the sprint race, before we get into the feature itself, this is how the championship is at the moment. Now, Troy leads the Formula 2 championship. Troy leading the Formula 2 championship, 21 points in front of Lights, who looks like he's having connection issues, unfortunately. Who is second among Gamer's incredible race, incredible 2 wins in Monaco last time. Elevated him right up into third. 33 points behind Troy at the moment. Now, Luke in fourth in the ART car, albeit he's decided to go to orange tonight, hasn't he? The black and orange car. Hard tire set up and down the field. Then Lights has decided to go, decided to pull away. Then, of course, he'll be on that pole position for the sprint because he qualified 10th. Toy Coin Moon and South in the 5th position. He's 41 points adrift of the championship leader, Troy, at the moment there. Toy Coin is but he is going to be a thorn in the side of the sharp end there. Lights is after session again, unfortunately. R2B up into 6th. Great results last time out. Vessier in 7th now. Lucifer not joined tonight. Norris Knowlesy, as he is in France at the moment now, tasting those lovely baguettes, I am sure. Sirius Mushroom in 10th position on 43 points. And Lucas Percy has, we think, potentially broke his finger whilst playing football, so that's not good news at all for Lucas Percy in the Gold Championship or in Formula 2 either. Lucas Percy's own just joined the MP Motorsport, so they're going to be a bit disappointed about that, but I think more... I'm not going to say more importantly because that's not the right way to say it, but in gold as well, that might be Percy, who is a part of that incredibly close top 4 championship battle in gold on Sunday. That it could be a costly problem there for Percy, maybe. Kardal in 12th position there, strong performance last time out for Prima. Hassel 13th, Jenner 14th, Martin 15th, Reflection 16th, Bannister 17th, Chewy 18th, 19th, Vintage, and Barber making a debut tonight for the ART team. Of course, he hasn't raced until tonight there, but he hopefully can get himself on the mark as well. The team championship, Carling currently 34 points in front of High Tech, who have elevated themselves from 5th to 2nd. Campos in 3rd with Virtuosi in 4th. MP Motorsport is 5th. Dam 6th. ART is 7th. Trident in 8th position. Prima gone from the bottom to 9th position, and Charus is now in 10th position. Lights is on pole position for the sprint. Then it is Sick as Muck, who is alongside him in the dams. 3rd position is Chewy. Kaidal in 4th position there. Gamer in 5th. This is the sprint race. 13 laps then. Luke in 6th. 7th position is Fanjo. 8th position is R2B. With Troy in 9th and Toy Coin, who's got pole position for the feature race in 10th. Serious Mushroom 11th. 12th position is Reflections. Barber on his first race here in Formula 2 in 30th position. RDW has got disqualified. Bannister in 15th. Vessier down in 16th, and Camaro in the second Virtuosi car is 17th on the grid then, as we get ourselves ready for the start of the sprint. Is the lights on already? Goodness gracious me. We're flying out there now then. The lights are on here in Spain. It's time for the feature race. Lights is gone, literally and figuratively, but now we'll go here. 13 laps in, and Sigismund gets a decent getaway there in the Dams car, but then it's all anarchy there as Kaido is trying to get past Chewy in the Charus there down into turn 1. We have also got a couple of drivers swapping around there. Look at that, there's debris there, I think it was. My goodness gracious me, that is there, all trying to get through turn 1, 2 and 3 without any damage there, and I think Chewy's dropped down 11 position there. A terrible start for the Charus car, and of course Charus struggling in the team's championship right now. Just watching Kaidal, who has actually lost out to Gamer, and of course a double race winner last time out. Gamers, can he do it again here in Spain? And we had Anarchy in Monaco, didn't we, in the sprint race especially. Whoa, and who is that? That's the ART of Fanjo having a sniff up the inside. Fanjo's not in the tyre Porsche car, we'll sort that out then after this stream number. He's up the inside of Kaidal. Kaida. Kaida gives him just about enough room in that Prima car. Car number 1 then, and I think he's borrowing the Dennis Hager car, isn't he? Troy up into 7th place, of course, the championship leader then. Troy is in the karting, and he is now alongside Fanjo then going down into, of course, the new re-profiled turn 10 and 11 there, but Fanjo, they're giving Troy a bit of a nerf off the road there, didn't he there? And Toy Coin is really struck there, hasn't he, and got past. R2 beating Serious Mushroom, also fighting away as well. Of course, if you didn't watch the Spanish Grand Prix for ALR, you would have known that there is now a new as we got polystyrene all over the circuit, and that one completed the gap between Sick as Muck and Lucas. What we're going to be focusing on, because Light's not in this race at the moment, is the gap is 4 tenths per second, 3 tenths per second. No DRS just yet, and can Gamer have a look there? Not quite, as we go down into turn 1. If you missed the race in gold, silver, and bronze a week or 2 ago, you would have known that, of course, got new reprofiled turns to end the lap then. So, of course, we've only got 14 turns. I've gone back to the old school Spanish Grand Prix circuit. Far thought that Troy was in 2nd position. That's for the feature race, my good sir. As Luke all over the back of Sick as Mike. This is currently the battle for the lead at the moment. Lightsen is not in this race. Connection issues for Lightsen. Camera Racer currently at the back of the field. He's never driven a Formula 2 car before, so it's very much really coming into it. Very unknown, isn't there, for Camera Racer, who got pole position in Canada earlier on this week in silver. Is Sick as Mug still leading the way at the moment? And there's one of the Campos is going a bit wide there. That's Toy Coin now. Luke takes the lead of the sprint race here. Remember, it's the top 8 that scores in this sprint race. We've got the sun setting here in Barcelona. It's a beautiful, picturesque sky here, isn't it? As Kaidal and Fanjo fighting for position there. Fanjo all over the back now of Kaidal. Kaidal, who is going to be feeling a bit vulnerable here, is he? As Sick as Muck, I think, has gone wide, and Gamer's now up into 2nd position there. And now Luke is flying there, see that? DRS is now available. It will not be available down this straight, though, as far he doesn't get Formula 2. Contact there, and who is that? That's Kaidal into the back of Fanjo. He comes back on the circuit there, but goodness me, has to take avoided action there. And Kaidal dropping down the order. I don't think he's got damage, but that was quite a clout then, wasn't it? That was quite a clout there for Kaidal, and he's dropped out of the points at the moment. Goodness gracious me, who's that? A Sick as Muck there, who is dropping down the order now, because Toy Coin is passing. What about Troy on the outside? He'll have the outside for turn 5 here, but Toy Coin is going to give him quite a bit of space, actually. That's very gentlemanly like there for Toy Coin. BT is also past Sick as Muck as well. Sick as Muck dropping down the order quite quickly. Here's Serious Mushroom getting past the Dam's car as well. Serious Mushroom in the Campos now up into 8th position there. Really good opening a couple of laps here for Toy Coin and for Serious Mushroom. Sick as Muck and Kaidal, and Chewy dropping down the order quite quickly here. As, of course, Lights is not in this race at the moment now. Just watching as Farfar said, the session time is on random. Then I won't worry about that too much, to be fair, because I think anyway, Formula 2, the sprint races are usually on after qualifying anyway, isn't it? So it's probably not too dissimilar to how it is in real life. And of course, usually I do have a good old whinge, don't I, about about when the sessions are not official and all that kind of stuff. However, I do quite like it in Formula 2, because it does make the cars look very beautiful, doesn't it, in the sunset here in Barcelona as we go into the dusk here tonight. Vessier is through, and I'm in the 12th position now. Vessier just got past RDWE. I think this is RDWE's first race in ALR on Formula 123. So he has gone a bit wide there, but he's in 13th position at the moment there in the Charoux car, and he's not doing a bad job at all. RDWE isn't at the moment. Very impressive stuff, but unfortunately, no points at the moment there, but there is points on the table for Toy Coin and for Troy. Both fighting there. Troy on the outside, but Toy Coin now just about giving him a car's width, but nothing more. Luke leads the way, but only 2 tenths a second from Gamer, who is absolutely on fine form at the moment. Unfortunately, he's had to give up his gold seat then, because of he's following his team. following his team, isn't he, over in Belgium, as Gamer takes the lead there, but Gamer takes the lead. Luke is on the inside, and Gamer also getting a bit squirrely on the out rear, but Luke down into second position. What about Fanjo flying in the not ART car, of course, as he has pinched Luke's car, hasn't he? And now this is going to get very precarious indeed there. Farfa loves to mess things up there. I have decided to put the profanity buzzer on Farfa there, because this is meant to be a PG show there. Coming across the line then, Gamer leads then. Set of fast off the road. Serious Mushroom is actually in some serious form as well. That 5 out of 13 here. Luke retakes the lead. Gamer in second position. Fanjo is just keeping a watch and brief. Contact there as Luke has sent Gamer slightly off the road there. Gamer coming back on the road there, but Luke on the inside has to take a void in action there. We're on board now with Luke then in a very unfamiliar car, but it isn't stopping him from challenging for the lead here in the sprint. And Troy, who's past Toy Coin and having in fourth position there. Luke on the inside. Gamer on the outside. Luke's going to up the outside though for the next turn of 5, and there is going to be Gamer then. And then Gamer, what's he going to do? Right about the road. Oh, it's Fanjo giving Gamer a bit of a move on there, wasn't he? And now Fanjo then up into second position, and this is getting very precarious. Luke off the circuit there. Oh, bit of contact again, and this is getting very tight indeed there. And who is going to be enjoying this, and who's not? Then I think Gamer may be leading, but I don't think he's going to be enjoying this. So he's got DRS train behind him now. And look at this, it's the top 8, isn't it? It is indeed. They're fighting tooth and nail here. Serious Mushroom is past his teammate there, up into 5th position. No team orders then in the Campos. Toy Coin is trying to march forward and in the championship there. He's forced R2B off the circuit ever so slightly. Wow, what an incredible battle here. The Gamer out of the final turn then, and he is now going to be feeling a bit vulnerable here, because look at all the cars behind him. All got DRS now. Here comes Gamer now. It's a long out straight. Sorry, Fanjo. It's a long out straight down into turn 1 there. Is he going to have a look then? No dice at the moment. It's all status quo. Camera Race has got a 3-second penalty. And that's the first 3-second penalty. One there. Troy almost having a look on the inside there. Barber's dropped behind Vessier, who is down in 13th position. But Vessier on a bit of a quiet race out there. And someone's Fanjo is we've lost Fanjo's transponder by the looks of things, and I think that he's ghosted now. So I'm not sure if Fanjo's left the session or whatnot. He's ghosted nonetheless. But Fanjo's transponder has shown him down in 17th position now. Yellow flag as Bannister. Oh gosh, that's Bannister off, and that's Bannister off, and who is that then? That's Cameron Barber also having issues as well, and unfortunately Bannister has great contact. Kaida's off the circuit there, out of the 4th turn, dropping down into 12th position. He's out of the points now, and look at this, R2B up the inside as well. Oh, a bit of contact between himself and Toy Coin. Yellow flags at the 4th corner again. Reflections down into the points, and Sigismund has dropped down into 9th position there. But Lights is just up the road as well, but Lights' car is not in this race at the moment. They're flicking out of turn number 13 now as well into 14, and then who is that? Luke Olo, Serious Mushroom, no, but Troy, 3rd time's the charm. Troy all over the back now of Luke. Here he comes then, and there's Gamer just up the road as well. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th, I believe, and I think it's actually 4th and 5th, as Fanjo is currently down in 17th position, albeit he looks very close to the back of the leader, so I think he's still in 2nd at this moment in time. Troy now up into 3rd position then, and Luke though is not having any of it, and he's trying to come back at him. Luke was the early leader in the Formula 2 Championship. He had it, but that's with Formula 2 though. If you have a couple of off days, then you can lose out quite quickly here. Luke with a beautiful helmet indeed. Then RTW has lost 2 positions there, coming out of I think that was coming into turn 4, I believe it was. I wasn't really paying too much attention there. Shame on me. Serious Mushroom into a superb 5th position. He's flying through the field at the moment there. Serious Mushroom is absolutely scorching through the field. RDW flying up there at the moment, and RDW has actually moved up 2 positions. My goodness me, RDW is driving superbly well in the Formula 2 car. Great stuff indeed. Oh, what is not great though is one of the cars is Cameron Barber just having this. Then Bannister is just coming out of the pits now. He's gone on soft tires there so everyone else is on the hard compound tire there. It's only the soft and the hard tires there in this race tonight. Then yellow flag out there again is for Cameron Barber. Having some issues there. So even though Fanjo's transponder, or well, his sensor has gone completely peak tongue here, he is currently still in second position there. So Troy's got DRS, and so at the moment it's Gamer from Fanjo, from Troy, from Luke, then Cirrus Mushroom, RTB, Troy Coin, and then we got Reflections in eighth position there. Light's also not in the race either at this moment. Cirrus Mushroom having a look, but nothing more than that. We're over half distance now in this sprint race. No retirements just yet then. Well, apart from Lights, as Lights is not in this race then, unfortunately, because of internet issues then. But now here comes Cirrus Mushroom, very quick here. Cirrus Mushroom, he's going to have a look there. Not quite though. Look at this battle here. That they're really pretty condensed into each other here, haven't they? Between Gamer, Troy, and Fanjo as well. Into turn 5 here, accelerates away. Oh my goodness gracious me! As now, what can Troy do then? This Troy can really extend his lead in the championship here. Gamer, can he overtake Lights then? At the moment, he can't in this race, but he could certainly take a big bite out of Lights as a advantage in P2 in the Formula 2 Championship. Then here comes Troy. Now he is down. Nope, he isn't. He is on the inside of Fanjo there. Reflection's got a 3-second penalty. That could cost him a point there, because Vessier has now made his way up into ninth position there. Very slow progress out from Vessier tonight. However, that is slow and steady seems to be helping him out tremendously here, as he is now up into ninth position there. Fanjo into the pits there. So Fanjo coming into the pits there. What's happened there to Fanjo? Was in second position. Yeah, it does look like he's down in 17th position there. Issues that now he's looks like he's gone back to being solid. Look at this, and Troy's now up the inside, takes the lead of the sprint race. Cirrus Mushroom passes Luke there. Luke tries to go on the outside. Troy, contact there. I think that he was hanging on Luke there. Maybe he should have backed off then, because Cirrus Mushroom would have had the advantage. I think anyway. That might be investigated after the race, but I feel that Luke should have backed off there potentially. Reflections down in 6th. Luke is down to 7th, and that is going to be costly for his quest for the Formula 2 Championship, maybe. Toy Coin now in the 5th position then. R2B is 4th. Where is Fanjo here, you asked? I think he's right at the back of the field. Unfortunately, or near the back of the field. He's down into 16th now. R2B then has got Toy Coin for company. Gamer, can he retake Troy? Gamer is absolutely flying out there at the moment, isn't he? Doing a absolutely splendid job then. So I'm wondering if Fanjo may be going for fastest lap here. Oh my word. 4 laps to go in this race then. Bannister gets fast up, then Kaida's now got past Sick as Muck. Currently the running order is like this then. At the moment, Fanjo, I think, is 16th, not 17th. We have got Lights then, who has got technical gremlins, so he is not in this race at the moment. So that means that Vessier below is actually a place up there. So Vessier is 8th from RD Wee. Brilliant return to form here tonight in 9th position. Kaidal in 10th. 5 drivers have got penalties. About 4 of them have got 3-second penalties. One of them has got a 6-second penalty, unfortunately, a Camaro, but he's now driven an F2 car up until about half an hour ago. Gamer there, unfortunately, is dropping back now, isn't he? Cirrus Mushroom on course for a podium in the sprint race. Brilliant drive from Cirrus Mushroom. Absolutely delighted stuff indeed there. He is really, this is a very good performance here tonight for Cirrus Mushroom. Fanjo's got a 5-second penalty for retiring in the pits. Unfortunately, there's a Vesher now passes Lights as well. Just on board now with Toy Coin, lap 10 out of 13 here. So Fanjo, unfortunately, 1 appearance, 1 DNF for the former silver driver. Of course, finished 3rd in the silver championship last season. He was meant to be driving in gold this season, wasn't he? Fanjo was, but unfortunately went to MIA. Went MIA, but so Fanjo it's not raced since Australia. It's not raced. I keep saying Australia, since Bahrain. On board now with R2 Beat, as Bannister's got the fast on race, and he will keep that fastest lap as well, because as long as you finish the race, it's very much like standard ALR rules, you will keep that point, of course. So it's RDWE then. RDWE might be on the cusp of some points here, because Reflections and Luke have both got 3-second penalties for fun. Oh, there you go. As out of the final turn. Then. So RDWE then is currently on the cusp of some points. They're doing a great job. Oh no, just as I commentator's curse, so he's got a 3-second penalty, and that is not good at all, is it there? Unfortunately, Troy then 8/10 of a second up the rope then, with just 2 laps to go in this race. Cirrus Mushroom in 3rd position. position. R2 beat him 4th. Toy Coin is 5th at the moment. This is the battle we're watching now then. It's between Toy Coin and R2 beat. Of course, this is the battle for an extra point here for Toy Coin. So he may get 5 points instead of 4 in his account there. Reflections and Luke then is trying to push on and get in front of Vessier here, but Vessier at the moment is 6th with Reflection 7th and Luke in 8th position there. Unfortunately, RDW could have been on course for some points there, but that 3-second penalty may cost him some points for himself and the Charu's car, unfortunately. 9th position is 10th position is Kaidal, Sickers Muckin and Chewy in 12th position, Cameron 13th, Cameron in 14th, and 15th position is Bannister. 2 retirements, Fanjo out of the race and he's left the session, and also unfortunately not in this race at all is Lights and unfortunately internet issues. And that might be a major problem for Lights, then, isn't it? Because this race there, he is not scoring any points, and Troy at the moment is scoring the full 10 points then so far, and he's now extended his lead over Gamer. But Gamer will be very much within striking distance, and he will be about 5 points away from Lights going into the feature race coming up in just a jiffy. Just a couple more laps to go in this sprint, and Gamer will be up into 2nd position in Formula 2. Gamer really loves this game, doesn't he? It's such a shame that he had to give up his seat in gold, because up to that point he was 4th, 5th in the championship, wasn't he? Game was one of his best starts of his ALR career in terms of his gold career. Certainly, of course, he had some very good performances in silver, but gold this season he was looking very much a rich run of form, wasn't he? And of course, he is challenging the man who is the defending gold champion. Is this man here, Troy? Who is very much not having it all his own way, is he? Luke has got past Reflections and moved himself up into 6th position. There he is then. Reflections down to 7th, and that 6-second penalty is going to hurt him badly, I think, here. RDW has a chance and to still get some points here, so this is going to be very much right to the final corner here for RDW and Kaidal. Kaidal currently is in the box seats to get that final point at this moment in time. Do not go anywhere, folks, because I think that this one is going to be a doozy right until the very end then. I think the driver of the day for this sprint race has to be Sirius Mushroom. He's driven superbly well in this race, hasn't he? Very good stuff indeed there. Troy has also done a great job as well. But at the moment, though, Troy is going to might be feeling a bit concerned, maybe. Maybe a bit concerned there, as Gamer was reeling him in then. But, of course, Troy has still got a decent advantage of about 0.6 of a second there. So he's kept that position, and Toy Coin then is going to have a look there, but believe it or not, the long back straight of Spain is not long enough there, and R2 beat that, who is going to be very happy with this performance, I am sure of it there, and he is going to be added to his account as well. RTB is in the Dams car, in the Roy Nassani car. Of course, Roy Nassani, I think, is he the son of the Minardi driver, as Cameron Barber's got a 3-second penalty? I think, is Roy Nassani the son of the Minardi? I can't remember. I can't remember the Minardi driver. I'm sure it was 2005, wasn't it? Where he was taking part in a practice session, and unfortunately, I think it was one of the worst Friday drivers we had ever seen in F1. I think. I can't remember. I'm kind of picking stuff up out of me hat. To be fair, I just remember that Minardi had a driver called Nassani as well. And I just remember that he had quite an infamous practice session in Hungary of 2005, 6, around that era, maybe even 4, to be honest. Right, here is Troy then, out of turn 13, coming out of turn 14 as well, and this is going to be a 2nd race win of the sprint race season, and out of the final turn, 4th race win of the season, but this will be a 2nd sprint race of his season. Now he wins the sprint here in Spain, 6 tenths of a second from Gamer in 2nd position, with Sirius Mushroom, a brilliant drive to 3rd in the end. R2 beat brilliant 4th with Toy Coin in 5th position there, but I think the question is how is this going to play out? The Reflections almost. Vessier gets 6th there, Luke 7th, and Reflections gets 8th, and 8th position then. RDW very close. Look at that 4,400 of a second between RDW and potentially getting that final point. And great drive from RDW in the Formula 2 car. Love that. Great to see RDW back in action there as well. Lights is not classified. 10th position is Sick as Muck. 11th is Kydal. Chewy 13th. 14th Camaro. 15th is Barber. 16th is Bannister. Retirements then. Lights unfortunately has got DNS there for not for having internet issues before the race even started. And Fanjo pitted and quitted and is not going to start the feature race. But I am not too surprised by that, to be honest. So as we now get on to the feature race then coming up in just a jiffy, then Bannister out of the final turn then. And this is going to be a cracker as well then. So yeah, the feature race coming up in just a jiffy. I've got to go and wet me whistle. I'm going to be honest, I've gone from a apple and blackcurrant kind of guy to more of an orange squash kind of guy lately. I don't know what it is. I'm really intrigued in the orange squash as of late, then potentially. As I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is the last race of the season in August, isn't it? Before going to September. Golly gosh. Yeah, the only problem I have with ALR and with commentating is how fast the year goes. I mean, it's making me feel really old then. I can't believe that I think the ALR is going to be 5 years old next March, I believe. I can't, that's incredible, isn't it, in its own right? But just the fact that just the fact of how quickly like we plan out the calendar, and that's basically half the year gone, isn't it? As because Knowlesy very meticulous with the calendar, isn't it? And they really it's quite frightening to see how quickly it just goes through, doesn't it? Right, let's take a final classification now from the sprint event here tonight. Troy fastest lap and also the sprint. That's his second sprint race win of his season. Gamer in second position there. He has been a very high scoring performer in the last couple of races. Serious Mushroom, great drive for Serious Mushroom sprint. Absolutely love that. From 11th to 3rd, my draw of the day, which is not worth much, to be fair. R2B, I don't know why I can't say R2 tonight. R2B in 4th, Toy Coin 5th, Vesher 6th, Luke in 7th, Reflections 8th, 9th is RDW, 44 inches a second away from a point, 10th position, 6th Muck, Kydal 11th, Chewy 12th, Camero 13th, 14th Barber, 15th Bannister, Retirements, Fanjo, and Lights, who did not get off the grid. Sorry, Luke, I thought I left space then between Serious Mushroom and Luke. I must admit, I did point the finger at Luke, to be fair. Of course, I'm not a steward, anything but a steward, as you've probably heard in the past there. I thought that potentially, I thought that Luke should have backed out, maybe, because he was on the outside of turn 2. He did go very deep into turn 1, didn't he? And he would have lost momentum into turn 2. However, I've read that probably completely wrong. But more importantly, it's time for the feature race. And look at that. Again, beautiful sunny skies here in Spain, in Barcelona. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Really, really lovely, jubbly indeed. And I got to say, my phone keeps telling me to do some work, get off me rear and do a workout there. But I am off me rear, and I would say I'm doing a workout. Running my mouth is quite a workout. Well, it is watching these drivers go around anyway. Certainly, goodness me, don't need to go to the gym at all, and it also saves me £15. So this is interesting. The start's interesting as well. But I was going to say the other thing is interesting. Look at those tire strategies on the left-hand side. Not in the first six races of the feature, we have had the tire strategy's been more or less status quo. Well, not tonight. We've got let's look at the list then, shall we? Remember, the grid order is how they qualified how they lined up in qualifying, but it is hard tires for Troy, hard tires for Gamer, for Sick as Muck, for Serious Mushroom, for Cameron Barber, and for Vessier. Everyone else is on the soft tires, including our pole sitter Toy Coin, and he is now on the going around the grid, preparing himself for the start. Troy in second position there. Third position is R2 Beat. Fanjo is a ghost, so we ignore Fanjo. Fifth position is Luke. Sixth position is Gamer on a rich run of form at the moment. Gamer is there. Seventh position is Kydal. Eighth position is Chewy. Sick as Muck in ninth position there. The hard runners are going to struggle down to turn 1. It's a long drag into turn 1. 10th position is Serious Mushroom. Great drive in the sprint just a moment or two ago. Reflections in 11th. 12th position is Barber on his first appearance there with the beautiful Max Verstappen-esque helmet from Miami. RD 44 hundredths of a second away from the top 10 there, from the top 8. Of course, the top 10 gets points in this race. Balancer 15th, Vessier in 16th, and Camaro Eraser in 17th position. Then as the formation lap is about to finish. Thank you very much to Dan for excellent commentary. I have not paid the man, I swear. Well, I have actually. Your check's in the post, my good sir. Right, so I really appreciate that. Thank you very much then. And look at those brake discs glowing then on the Toy Coins car. Fantastic, isn't it? As we come up to the grid now. Sorry about that, guys. My oh dear, had a fall. Oh no, had to help her get back up. I'm here for the sprint though. I am here for the sprint. I was here for the sprint race. So hopefully Luke's grand's okay. Then that's much more important than that's much more important in this race, isn't it? So gosh, that's a bit worrying. So I hope Luke's grand's okay, and and let's get going then. Well, I think that I was going to say I've lost all my graphics there, and we're about to get going here, and it is now it's golden. Fanjo had a bit of a jump start there, but he is not in this race set. And remember, it's a lot of soft runners there and a lot of hard runners, and we got yellow flag at the back there as someone has had issues. I think it's the two drivers not in this race there. And going down into turn 1 there. So Toy Coin needs Troy in second position there. He's held everyone off on the soft tires. Impressive stuff from Troy, and really good stuff indeed there. R2B in third position, Luke in fourth, Gamer fifth, Kai down in sixth position. Serious Mushroom there is dropped down the order. Vestier up 6th position there. Cameron up 4th. Brilliant stuff indeed there. So we'll take a look to see how that's done for the soft runners. And a lot of soft runners have made up positions there, haven't they, so far? The hard runners there is going to come back to these drivers and later on this one. But softs there, you have to now start to sprint, don't you? And try and make these tires last to the end of lap 6. And on board now with R2B, then Lucas all over the gearbox here. What about Reflections and Chewy? Chewy, who's on the inside of Farf corner. Cameron Barber's on the outside of Cox corner, and goodness me, getting a bit close for comfort. Now R2B has got past. Is that debris off? I don't think it was. There might be a bit of the pollen here in Barcelona. Let's get Chewy up into 8th position there as Troy has lost second position here, but of course he is on the harder tires and this race is going to come back at him. So Troy, who's a man of many race starts in Formula 1, and of course whatever he drives, this man he seems to be very much at home. Camaro has gone off the circuit at the exit of turn 12. Troy is very much at home, whatever beast he drives. Toy Coin's at the fast of the race there. So I don't think he's going to panic just much. And I think anyone on the hard tires is going to be expecting this. Kite out up the inside. Is Gamer going to have to back out there? He is just about giving just about enough racing room there. Of course, that is definitely the tyre delta, isn't it, on those two cars at the moment. What about Chewy and Cameron Barber? Serious Mushroom also involved as well. Serious Mushroom now has got some absolute outstanding pace in that Carling car tonight. Then he's loving these conditions here in Spain. Troy's down to 4th position there because Lucas up to 3rd. And look at this, Cameron Barber making his first start tonight. It's great to see Cameron in the field there, albeit he was a couple of days late last week, wasn't he? I think he was meant to race last week there, but didn't realise until Saturday. On board now with Barber as, oh no, and there is contact. He didn't leave the mushroom much room there. Cameron didn't. And I'm wondering then if the wing mirrors are as useful as a chocolate fire guard on these cars, but I wonder if he didn't see Mushroom there. But Mushroom is into 9th position trying to defend from RD Wee here. RD Wee is on the softer compound tyre and on the outside now. Serious Mushroom there. I think, he ain't going to have the grip on the perch at the moment, and he's now got to watch out for Bannister also on the soft compound tyre. I love the difference of strategy here in this race. This is fantastic to watch that. Troy down into 4th position, but he's the highest runner on the hard tyres, and Gamer is the second highest runner on the hard tires. DRS has now been enabled. And here we go again. And as we've got a bit of slipstream going on then. And look at this as we go down into turn one. Serious Rush. I'm having a look there, but nothing more because I think the Barber is good. No, Bannister is through. And a lunge and a half there for Bannister. Damage on RDWee's car. And I don't know where he's got that from. RDWee almost there. And look at the understeer now. He's well off the circuit. And he's going to lose a lot of place there. Serious Rush is now back up in the 10th position now. And RDWee going up the inside again there of Vestier. But he's got damage there. He's going to understeer. He's going to have understeer galore in this one. And unfortunately, RDWee then that's going to put him at a disadvantage there. But he is trying to keep himself. Contact between himself and Vestier up the inside there, and he's through in fourth corner and up into 12th position here. No, 11th, I should say. My goodness gracious me. Reflections in 7th position. Well, they're really pressurising Gamer, who is currently in the high tech, is Gamer at the moment. And so we've got Toy Coin currently 1.3 seconds away from R2 Luke in 3rd position. Troy in 4th at the moment. Troy's got no DRS. I think Kaidal's very much on his gearbox now. So is Reflections on the back of Gamer. We are expecting this to... We are expecting the strategy. No, we aren't. God, sorry, I got distracted. My nephew's asked me, what have I got? What do I want for tea tomorrow? And of course, food is life, isn't it? Of course, So tomorrow night I'm hoping to get some lasagna. To be honest, I look like Garfield. Very much a ginger, chubby cat. Well, apart from I'm not the cat, I am fluffy as a cat, ain't I? But yes, I do love a good old lasagna. I don't know why I fancy lasagna lately. Anyway, enough about my food habits or my menu, which I'm trying to sort out for tomorrow. We got some racing to get on with this, haven't we? Gamer currently lost out there. Of course, anyone who's just joined us, look on the left-hand side tower. This is a very unique race so far for Formula 2, of course, because we have not had alternative strategies more often than not then, or certainly not as split as what we've had here tonight, and it is making a very interesting race so far. The 3 drivers on the hard tires in the top 10 is Troy, Gamer, and Serious Mushroom. Everyone else is on the soft compound tires at the moment. There is I am sweating profusely already, which I'm devastated by, because I've got a new t-shirt on tonight, and that means us going in the wash. Oh, it's sick as muck there, hitting RDWee. I'm not sure if I've only seen the end of that there. Maybe RDWee might have should have given Sick as Muck a bit more space going on there, because Sick as Muck was steaming in there, wasn't he? Goodness gracious me. As we go down into turn 1 and 2 now. Lap 5 out of 19 here. Of course, this is the sprint race. Cameron's got a 3-second penalty. Bannister and Chewy are also fighting for position as well. And there is Mushroom. Mushroom would like to get past these drivers now, because he's probably losing time hand over fist then with these battling drivers. And look at these. We're taking a look at the Delta still. At the moment, the soft tires are still the quicker tires. Serious Mushroom, cool as a cucumber, or cool as a mushroom, up into 9th position. Beautiful stuff indeed there for Mushroom in car 14. Lovely jubbly. For Serious Mushroom there is a Bannister. Goodness me, I think he was off to Valencia, wasn't he? There is that car was struggling to turn, that Prima car. Remember, the top 10 are the drivers that score points, and it was the top 8 in the sprint. It is the top 10 in the feature. I'm getting better at this F2 malarkey, which is only taken me like 7-8 weeks. I'll get there. Bannister, I don't think he's going to have much defense here. Up the inside he goes then, and passes Serious Mushroom. Nope, passes Bannister, and moves himself up into 8th position there. Sick as Muck and RDWee, round 2, I think this is RDWee has got back past Sick as Muck then, who is on the harder tire, of course, and so I think the Sick as Muck will be, I thought he spun there, didn't he there? There's Barbara in the background as well. RDWee has got a 3-second penalty for his troubles then, and look at this, and we've got 2 ghost cars in there as well. My goodness gracious me. Right as we come across the line then, Toy Coin leading the race now by almost 3 seconds there. Pretty impressive stuff. Bannister's got back past Serious Mushroom. Serious Mushroom on the inside. He's got up the outside for turn 3, and Bannister is back through. Of course, Serious Mushroom cannot get out of that DRS range at the moment, can he? Unfortunately, absolutely. Absolutely disappointed for Serious Russia, but great driving for Bannister to very much. He has not given up, is he, Bannister? Isn't this is great stuff indeed? That Serious Russia now is going to go and try and go back on the inside. Take a look at the Delta time still, and Troy is starting to gain on Luke then. So that time starting to yo-yo around. Luke is now going to do second position, no, third position, I should say. It's not like the information's in front of you, Jen. Just sort it out, man. Gosh, learn to read, Sean. Learn to read. Troy Coyne leads the way then, but it's Luke who is currently 6 tenths of a second away. But Troy, I say he was gaining. He's actually lost 2 tenths of a second on this lap, actually, on the final sector. Maybe I'm just telling absolute porkies here then. Shocking behaviour, really. Troy Coyne, though, is on 2.8 seconds up the road at the moment, and he is loving life out there. Luke has got a penalty. That is going to be costly, isn't it? So at the moment, the soft tyres are still very much in the prime here. No tyre blankets in Formula 2, so the undercut here can be crucial, but you've got to get those tyres up to temperature. That is the crucial thing here. Koidal ran out of straight then. What about Serious Mushroom then? He is not good. Yeah, he's got to run out of straight as well, isn't he? There? Down into turn 1 then. So let me take the graphic off. Look at that. I'm a genius. Right, so Bannister is still in 8th position now. Serious Mushroom, I don't think he's an expert in his craft, isn't he, Mushrooms? Ever since he joined ALR for Russia Season 1 of Silver, which is basically our 3rd season of ALR in total, he has never missed the race, has he? Serious Russian has now, so he's going to use all that wealth of experience and to try and pressure Bannister and get past. But look in the background, you've seen a flash of a high-tech car there. That is Vessier, who has been a bit off the pace, hasn't he, here tonight? Vessier has in the high-tech, and but he is now gaining on these two, and I think Serious Russia would not be too happy at that because he had a nice buffer up until just recently, and now he's not going to be too happy at this. As we're having a look down, but once again, Serious Mushroom there, just having a look down the inside. I think he's just trying to really antagonise the Prima car at the moment, isn't there? But this is a very interesting battle indeed. We'll keep an eye on that because I think that is going to get very interesting indeed. But we're now back with the second place car, Luke, who is now gaining on R2B. He does have a 3-second penalty, Luke does that, but he sticks to the inside line. R2B there is going to stick to the racing line there. Look at that then. Wheel to wheel down into turn 1, but it is a manoeuvre for Luke up into 2nd position. And what about who was that then? That was Gamer and Reflections here. And also Serious Mushroom has passed Bannister. He has, but what about Gamer? And goodness gracious me, they always choose the same lap, don't they, to get their elbows out. And a great race indeed. That Gamer up the inside here. And he's going to have the outside though for turn 5, which means that Reflection's going to go back up the inside. But I think that the hard tires are now starting to be the preferred race tire here. Then the soft tires may be going off then, but I thought that a couple of laps ago, and you know how wrong I have been here tonight. But nevertheless, I do try, which I try. It just doesn't go anywhere, does it? Right, we've got R2 beat. Currently, Troy, look at that. Troy, the gap. Koidal is actually in a very good position here because he's using Troy then as a bit of a slipstream mechanism, isn't he? There, he's very much tied onto the back of the Carling car of Troy, and he's just pulling himself along here. Koidal is there, but as into the pits then comes R2 beat then, and not a moment too soon potentially for those soft tires. No one else is going to the pits just yet. It is just R2 beat, and I was wondering if we'll see anyone else in at the moment. Not quite though. So yes. And R2 beat the own driver into the pits. And let's take a look then as we're looking for the dams. Look how slow and pedestrian it is coming into the pits here. And it's a very wide pit lane as well. Then going on then, look at this. One mechanic per tyre then. Also into the pits is RDW as well. I think RDW though is going to have to change that nose cone, I think, because it's really hurting him. But that is going to put an extra 5 seconds onto his pit stop time here. So Luke is now in 2nd position. Well, he was in 2nd anyway. Troy is in 3rd. Koidal is 4th. And hanging on to the back of Troy, very gamely. It's very good stuff indeed there. Vessier all over the back of Bannister. Now Serious Mushroom has launched himself up the road. The gap is 3 seconds there. So Serious Mushroom is really put his toe down now, hasn't he? And is flown through. Bannister having a look there, but Vessier is through in up into 8th position. Very much similar to the sprint race here. Vessier creeping through, and he's now up into 8th. Vessier is, and he now needs to see if he can keep in front of Bannister going down into turn 10 and 11. But Bannister is still very quick on those soft tires, isn't there? Because I think that he's very close. Oh my word, I thought he was gone there. Great save there from Bannister. Really good stuff indeed. I'm not sure if Bannister supports a football team or not then, but if he's a Liverpool fan, high five. And secondly, that Alisson would have been proud of that save as well. Magnificent stuff for Bannister as the top four are in the pits. And Toy Coin now coming into the pits, 36 miles an hour then, and cut it out also in the pits as well. So the two who start on the hard tire now leads this race then. Now this is where the strategy element comes in. Here's the race here then. Look at that, onto the hard tires for the Campos then. Serious Mushroom has gone for alternative strategy, which is a very good idea there from the Campos team, isn't it? Very much both Camposes are running in sync here tonight then on the alternative strategy, and so they won't get in each other's way then. So Serious Mushroom down for the third, Vessi up into fourth. Bannister stayed out on those soft tires there, whilst everyone else has now pitted on the soft tires, apart from Chewy and Camera also in the pits as well. So Bannister is going his own way here, as Fleetwood Mac would sing. So Troy now 5.1 seconds in front of Gamer in second position there. The top two in the sprint race are also the top two in the feature as well, but we got a long way to go. We are just past half distance-ish in this race, and I must say, I have absolutely no idea how this one's going to play out, and that's what we love, isn't it? Look at this. Luke is now in front of R2 Beat then. R2 Beat then, of course, the undercut we mentioned there is not going to be as powerful because there's no tyre blankets in Formula 2. Look in front of us. There's a hard shot Cameron Barber there. He is not going to have blue flags here, but he will have the D. He is going to give Luke a helping hand of DRS here, which means that R2 Beat. Troy's in the pits already. Goodness gracious me then. So I was expecting maybe the delta between the soft and the hard tire is not anywhere near as what I've been making out then. Oh my goodness gracious me. Wow. So Troy in the pits, Serious Mushroom in the pits as well. Gamer stayed out. Vester's in the pits as well. Soft tire set for Troy. So Troy is trying to defend his position now. He dropped down to fourth position into the pits. They're all piling in the pits now on lap 11. And of course, as we're now out of the final turn, here comes Luke. Here comes R2B as well. Where's Troy? Troy is still trending on the pits now. Troy is still in the pits as a Serious Mushroom. Look at this, they're wheel to wheel. There's the Carling in the background. There's R2B. Takes second position there. Toy Coin 4 seconds up the road then, and I'm surprised how early the drivers are coming to the pits on the soft tyres. That's really taking me back. Out of the pits now comes Serious Mushroom, and he has got a lovely pit straight, hasn't he, there, as he's behind Reflections now, but he will have the softer tyre, and whether that is going to be an advantage or not remains to be seen here. Lap 11 in the feature race here in Formula 2. Quick plug whilst everything is calm. Well, it's calm as it's going to get. So quick cheeky old plug then for what's going up in ALR this week. Gold is back in action on Sunday, which we're at the Austrian Grand Prix. Gold, Silver, and Bronze has a sprint event this week. So we have got an 18-minute qualifying session there for Gold, Silver, and Bronze, followed by the sprint and the Grand Prix itself. So a lot of action there for Gold, Silver, and Bronze, which is cracking stuff indeed for anyone who likes their race, which I'm sure you all do. And then Vettel's got a 3-second penalty. That's going to be costly. And then, of course, we've got Formula 2, where Formula 2 rejoins the Formula 1 calendar, as we'll also be in Austria as well for Formula 2 next week then. Of course, Formula 2 did not go to Canada, so we skipped that one out, but we're now rejoining the Formula 1 calendar then. So, yes, we are back. Formula 2 and F1 is back in sync then. Bannister just coming out of the pits now in the second Prima car, and where is he going to feed out then? I think he might be behind Vessier here, Bannister will be. Maybe even behind Chewy, to be honest, there, as Bannister is still crawling out of the pits now. He will be. Yellow flag there. Barber's off is having issues there. Oh, he's gone into the barrier. And he's coming into the pits as well. Bannister is there. Of course, they got rid of that bump now, Nick, because there's an update about that bump. There's Troy up into full finish and passes Luke. And makes his way through then. As out of the race goes Barber then. So retiring from the Spanish Grand Prix. Unfortunately, on Barber's first appearance in Formula 2 this season. Troy now up into a full position, using those soft tyres to his absolute advantage here. Toy Coin is 4 seconds up the road with on that 12 out of 19 here. There he is in the foreground. So So, these guys are actually gaining on Toy Coin at the moment, and the gap has actually come down by 0.2 of a second in the last few laps or so. Oh no, Gamer's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Serious Mushroom's past Reflections. The soft shot Campos is flying out there of Serious Mushroom. Next target, 6 seconds up the road. Troy all over the back. He is flying here. The alternative strategy seems to be working out at the moment, where he started on the hard tires. He's now on the softs. He's got the fast lap of the race now. Of course, he had the disadvantage at the beginning of this race, and now he is rocketing up into third position. Make that second now. Gamer's going that 5-second penalty. Unless he comes into the pits before the end of the race, that 5-second penalty for Gamer is going to be painful. He is going to be quick at this stage of proceedings, so isn't he? For Gamer, he could get past Kaidao. I think 5 seconds up the road from Kaidao is Luke. I do feel, though, that might be slightly out of reach then for Gamer tonight then. But Gamer in the last three races, well, Monaco, the 2 Monacos, and in the sprint racing, he has taken a lot of points, hasn't he, out of Vessia. And currently, as it stands, Gamer will be up into out of Young Lights, so he will now be second in the championship there, with Lights unfortunately not starting this race there. So the gap is 3 seconds there. That's come down quite quickly, hasn't it? 7 laps to go in this race, and this is going to be very much a squeaky bum time now for Toy Coin now. Toy Coin, who was coming to F2 and really lit a fire under the rear for Campos, hasn't he there? He has really been magnificent as the Toy Coin has there, with 2 podiums there, a Grand Prix win as well. He's had 3 pole positions, hasn't he, in his 4 qualifying sessions, which is absolutely magnificent there for Toy Coin. Certainly a magnificent qualifier, and getting the points in where he needs it as well. But Troy, another fast lap that he is blitzing these fast laps. Troy is he is flying there. He wants this win tonight there. Troy will be going for his third race win of third feature race win this season, which will be pretty emphatic indeed there. But of course, the question is if those soft tires are going to live with that pace. They did do up to 9 laps, didn't they, on the opening stint, which was pretty impressive indeed. Apologies, guys, if you heard me smash my face with my mic. Sick as Mark on the soft tires. Bannister just dropping off now, isn't he? He's down in 12th position. Bannister, sick as Mark coming to 11th. Penalty situation, we'll take a look at that in just a jiffy. But Chewy up into a very fine 10th position. Vesser in 9th, and he is homing in on Reflections now in 8th. Serious Mushroom homing in on Gamer. Well, it's status quo between himself and Gamer actually, but they are both homing in on Kai Dal, who is on the hard tires, and Luke 6 seconds up the road at the moment now. Gap is now second then. Look at that. Troy on this lap alone is taken almost a second out of Toy Coin now as we enter the final stage of this race. A magnificent pace there. And Troy is already in DRS range there, so the alternative strategy is absolutely flying out there now as well. Thank you very much, Farf. I forgot about Driver of the Day. Good stuff indeed then. But yes, get those Driver of the Day votes coming in then. Of course, that's Reflections, Mushroom, Toy Coin, and Troy. Troy is here then, but I don't think Toy Coin is going to be able to defend this, is he? Here comes Troy now then, and here he's out of the slipstream, and he takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix and going for a double win of the sprint and the feature race there. And the alternative strategy, very much the preferred strategy in this one there, which it looks like the harder then to the soft tires really helped, and I think that might be because of how quickly it is to warm up those soft tires compared to the hard tires. Going for the undercut, that is magnificent racing there up and down the field. Magnificent stuff indeed. Very impressive strategical calls as well. I would have gone to soft to hard as well personally, but of course that doesn't make no rhyme or reason, really, does it there, of course, because we all know about my strategy calls there. Not really they've not really exactly impressive calls, have they been? Right then, the Driver of the Day vote is out. Then get your votes coming in then, ladies and gents. Of course, it is Reflections, Mushroom, Toy Coin, and Troy, all with the votes then at this moment. Reflections down into 9th. Vessia has now just made his way up into 8th position. There, Sick as Mug is flying out there on those soft tires. He's really flying now, as he Sick as Mug is there, and he is pressurising at Chewy for the battle for 10th and length, but Sick as Mug does have penalties, and flat 15 out of 19 here in this one. The penalty situation, Sick as Mug has 8 seconds. Oh gosh, that is a lot of penalties he's going to have to try and get 8 seconds in front. And I must say that might be a bit too much of a stretch. And however, However, let's see what he can do then. So, 14 runners remain then. Lights and Fanjo did not start this feature race. Cameron Barber out of the race, unfortunately, in the ART. Here comes Sirius Mushroom now, a bit too far back at the moment. Luke is still very much pressurised and R2B, but at the moment, our podium sitters are R2B third. Second position is Toy Coin. Sirius Mushroom has gone on the outside. Incredible on the outside of the Prima, and Sirius Mushroom has done it there. Yellow flag in the background there, but he's going back on the inside. Kydal is Sirius Mushroom is giving him a squeeze there. Kydal is squeezing him as well. And Sirius Mushroom there on the softer rubber there, through and up into sixth position. Kydal, the what a RDW out of the race, unfortunately, down to 13 runners and riders. What a battle between Kydal and Sirius Mushroom. Sirius Mushroom, the aggressor. Kydal, the fencer. That's not the word, but incredible from both drivers there. I absolutely love that. And of course, fighting for every inch of the circuit. That's what we love to see, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed. At the moment, Sirius Mushroom's got 100% of the vote then so far. Then, so but keep your votes coming in. Then Sirius Mushroom so far got all the votes and hasn't he? So very good stuff indeed. Lap 17 of this race then. So down to 13 runners and rides, and hats off for you guys for sticking with it. Luke has gone wide there, and I'm thinking he might be a bit concerned because look at that white car down the bottom there. That is Gamer, and he is now very much reeling them in now, and he's reeling them in going down into someone. Gamer does have a 5-second penalty, which I almost forgot about, albeit it's still on the side of that tower, isn't it? Sick Smoke is now through and up into 10th position, getting past Chewy. Here is Gamer, he is pushing now. Look at this. Here's the high-tech car. He is flying in, and who that is? Oh, sorry, that's RTW. And now Gamer up into 4th position, passes Luke. Then down into 5th goes Luke, and of course, so Gamer though needs to really get on with this now, doesn't he? Yellow flag is for the Charouz car of RDW. Unfortunately, out of this race, it was just such a shame. Now it's 13 cars left in this one. Troy's 5 seconds up the road now. Thank you very much, Equals, and of course the newest winner to an ALR with an incredible win on Sunday in Canada. Right, I still forgot. I got to count how many wins count how many wins we've had in ALR history, or certainly in ALR Gold history. As Gamer's on the outside there, he is going up the outside. Contact there, and R2B there. I feel it's Gamer very much slamming the door shut on R2B, and Luke trying to go on the outside there. But you have 2 laps to go. If R2 beat can stay within 5 seconds, he will get that podium. So that is the challenge now. But Gamer is absolutely rocketing away. Then on the last lap, but one here in Spain. But here comes Luke then. Of course, that tap there has really hurt R2B, and he's going to lose another position here. Unfortunately, he has now, and he is now down into 5th. But currently, he's still 3rd. Then, if you factor in the penalties, Chewy up into down into 12th position there. Bannister up into 11th, flicking it through. Turn, it's Chewy's taking too much curve there and has really lost a lot of momentum there. He will still have DRS, but he's lost too much momentum, unfortunately, for Chewy, who's now in 11th. But Chewy is still on course. Bannister is now on course for that final point now of this race, and so that'll be a very well-earned point indeed there for Bannister. As RDW has left the session now. R2 beat then. He is, look at that, and the gap is already 3 seconds on this lap alone now. Gamer just needs to find 2 more seconds then with 1.5 laps to go in this race. Gamer is flying, and I think he'll be happy. He'll be happy with that 3rd position, I'm sure of it. Toy Coin there, second say, but I think today was all about the strategy, wasn't it, here in the feature race there. Some of the drivers started on medium, some of the drivers started on hard tyres there. The drivers on the hard tires was Troy, Gamer, Sirius Mushroom, and those drivers have really elevated themselves up in the final stage of this Grand Prix. Vesser, I think, was also another driver that started on the hard tires one, also elevated their way up the order then on the final lap of the feature race. But that today has certainly been about the strategy, hasn't it, there, and what tires to start on, and it certainly has paid dividends there for Troy there. Of course, Toy Coin has been leading the majority of the race then, but it's all about who leads on the final lap. And now Gamer is almost out of that 5-second window then, and will confirm himself to be in 3rd position if he doesn't lose any time on this final lap in just a jiffy as well. But here is Gamer now all over. Goodness me, he's so quick at the moment. Gamer is there. The gap is now 5 seconds. He doesn't want to get in too much of a squabble down with Toy Coin, does he? Because of course he's just aiming for third. Then if he gets past Toy Coin, brilliant. But he will not keep that position due to due to the fact then that he does have that 5 second penalty for speed in the pit lane. He'll be ruined that then because he probably would be very eager to maybe take Toy Coin in the final stage of this race. Then, but unfortunately, but look at this. And it's very much realistic. Toy Coin's not going to be. Look at that then. Those hard tires of Toy Coin really struggling. Gamer all over the back of him now. Then I think that unfortunately Gamer does have that 5 second penalty, which is going to hurt him. But he's pushing him out of the final turn. Troy wins this feature race here in Spain. There, a brilliant drive. That's his third race win of the season. His third feature race win of the season as well. Gamer finishes third in the end then. But what an incredible drive, and it was all about strategy today, and it certainly paid dividends as well. Mushroom up into fifth position there, also winning the drive of the day. For a great drive from Mushroom, great drive from Troy, great drive from X Gamer as well. That 5 second penalty, the only blemish on his record here tonight there. And I think Sick as Muck there maybe, unfortunately, has not got the advantage he needs. He's got 11 seconds of penalty, which means Bannister has had a battling race here and is going to get a point for himself on the Prima, and he'll be overjoyed at that, I am sure. Really good stuff. The two retirements then, not reflections, two retirements then is Cameron Barber and RDW. Lights and Fanjo did not start this race, so they do not classify. And Chu come home in a full team, in 13th position there as well. So good stuff. GG, GG guys. Some of my decisions poor, so I apologise. Well, I must say, Sir Russian, I was on your side for two of them. so I think we're both probably in the doghouse now, anyway. Goodness me. But luckily for me, I don't have to worry about that until. Well, probably until Sunday. Maybe where I'll get a lot of backlash from you guys in the comments there, which of course, give me stick. That's all I say. If I'm wrong, say I'm wrong. Serious Russian 75% vote. Toy Coin 25% of the vote there. And what an incredible race here in the sprint and the feature race here tonight in Spain. Remember, the Formula 2 will be relining up with the Formula 1 calendar next week as we're in Austria. The sound of music, I can already hear it in my headphones in Spielberg. And Carling there very politely clapping Troy's efforts tonight there because he was pretty much an impressive performance indeed, wasn't it there? Toy Coin, good drive to second. Third position there for the high-tech Gamer as well. Even that 5 second penalty didn't hurt him too much in the end there for Gamer, but what could have been potentially if he did get a second there, if he had one more lap and did get a second, that might have really hurt him there tonight. Final classification for the feature race here in Spain, and it's Troy who gets the full shebang of points then. Second position, Toy Coin today with Gamer, brilliant drive to third. Fourth was R2B, fifth was Serious Mushroom drive today as well. Sixth was Luke in the Van Amersfoort racing car. Cardell 7th, Vestier, great drive to 8th. Bannister in 9th, and, well, I think actually Reflections is in 9th, and Bannister in 10th. 6th is Michael 11th, Camaro in 12th position. Lights and Fanjo do not count. Chewy in 13th position. Retirements, RDW and Cameron Barber retired from the Spanish Grand Prix then. I've lost my sound thing. Oh, there it is. Right. Troy, brilliant race today then. And I got to say, the most important factor in that race from my point of view was the tyres and starting on the hard tyres at the beginning then. I was saying that the soft tyres was probably the preferred tyre to start on the race, especially the long drag down into turn one. But you certainly showed that that was not the right decision, and it was certainly hard to soft the right strategy today. It certainly did. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. That was you. You said you was doubting yourself, and I must admit, I was also thinking the same things. You dropped down to fourth there with the soft runners there, overtaking you at the beginning of the stint. Then, I was saying that you don't really panic a lot then, and was you panicking at all then when you was down to fourth in the opening for a couple of laps?
Knew I could do the same towards the end of the race, so it was fine.
You came in the pits very early as well. Actually, I was quite surprised by that. Was that just because you just seen the earlier stints and of what was going on at the beginning of the race there with the top three of your opposition?
Yeah, man. Like even at lap 8 or whatever, when they were on 8 lap old softs, they were still matching my pace. Well, whilst I was on the hards. So I actually wanted to box even earlier. I wanted to box lap 9, but I saw the long like train of traffic and everything, and I knew that I would end up right behind them. So then I wouldn't really been able to use my softs to the fullest potential, if that makes any sense. So I decided to stay out for one more lap extra than I originally wanted, just for a couple of more guys to box, and then after that it was just hammer time really.
And of course, you if extending your lead in the F2 Championship going into Austria, how are you feeling for the Austrian race coming up next week?
This goes for both F2 and F1, but yeah, I really liked the track before. Now I don't really fancy the track at all. It invites idiots to kind of make too many dive bombs and everything, and it's too easy for people to like stick with you within the DRS just because it's so strong. Um, I'm not really a big fan of it. Like it's very inviting for good racing, but on the game especially, I think it provides more bad racing than good, to be honest. But I don't know. Hopefully, I could just run away into the distance, at least in the feature.
Good job. Well, not racing next week then. Oh goodness gracious me! Thank you very much today, Troy. Brilliant drive to your third feature race win the season. Absolutely smashing it at the moment now. I know a man who's been really smashing it in the last couple of races, especially was Gamer, double race winner in Monaco, and then here tonight there two podiums in two races. Gamer, that 5 second penalty in the end it didn't cost you anything, but that was certainly made a bit of a nervous end there towards the end of the race there.
Yeah, that 5 second penalty was of course not ideal. To be fair, I think I would have got P2 if I didn't have it because I wasn't really pushing in the last lap anymore, just trying to make sure I was 5 seconds ahead of the guys behind me. Because going for a move on someone is always a big risk. Something can go wrong, so it wasn't necessary to really try for it. Of course, I was really close to him, but never with the intention to overtake him. So yeah, I think I would have got P2 without the penalty, but yeah, that's racing. I guess I braked earlier than I will normally do, but yeah, the brakes of these cars are not really good.
They certainly are not. But overall, that it wasn't too bad, was it for you today? You also got a very good performance in the sprint as well. You seem to really got into a zone there. Monaco onwards, I feel like you're a changed man in these F2 machines. What's your secret?
Well, I think it's just about being consistent and try to stay on track and within the right lines. And if you can do that, you can build on it and try to go faster and faster. I think, especially at the sprint, I had a phase where I was really slow, the momentum Troy overtook me and a few laps after. But at the end, I showed I could manage to stay with him and even try something to be close to him, but it was too late for it. It was already the last lap, so I think it's just about gaining confidence. Confidence. So yeah, that's the most important.
And you certainly deserve that confidence as well, because I was saying before during the race that you was doing well in F1 and in F2. This game just seems to suit you. You was absolutely flying. But you're now in second in the championship in F2, going on to Austria. We heard Troy's thoughts about Austria then, where he's a bit nervous about the racing around him. How are you feeling about the race as well then? Because DRS is quite powerful on this game. Are you going to be a bit nervous about your competitors in Austria?
Well, Austria is a beautiful track, but I won't have to be nervous as I'm not gonna be able to race next week, unfortunately. I have to work next week, so yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, has to happen, I guess.
So nothing for you to worry about then. But before you go then, could I just ask you about your thoughts that have been in second in the Formula Two Championship at the moment? Now, Troy has extended his lead then, but in the last four races, you have been you've been the highest point scorer. What is your aspirations there for this title? Do you think you can challenge Troy A for throughout the whole season? Are you aiming for top three? What do you want out of this Formula Two Championship this season?
Well, being in second is of course really good, especially after the first few races. Now, the last two events were pretty good with 2 wins and 2 more podiums. So it's going well for now. I hope I can manage to do that when I'm back racing. So yeah, we'll see. I hope I can fight Troy for the championship, but if he scores many points next week, it's gonna be difficult already for me. And there is a chance that I will have to miss a few more races because of work. So yeah, we'll see what I will be able to do, but I'm already pretty happy with P2 as my start was really bad.
And we're very happy that you're in P2 as well. Well done today. Game a brilliant job indeed. Well done to Troy who got his third race win of the season in the feature, and well done to Toy Coynan with his third podium in 4 races as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. All right, that is going to be it then for the Spanish Grand Prix this week. Next time we are in action will be in Austria in a week's time. Then so gold, silver, and bronze. We'll be having the sprint as well as the Grand Prix. So double race and then double action, and maybe double the excitement and drama. And then, of course, F2 will also be the usual format for F2 as well, the sprint and the feature race next week. Then cannot wait for that. That's when we're back in action on Sunday. It's gonna be a cracker, isn't it? Of course, the gold championship, 14 points separates the top four. In the silver championship, only 15 points separates the top four. 21 points separates the top five. It is very juicy stuff indeed.